now we're going to watch another B-roll of one of the songs. I really enjoy this one. It's so different, it's pleasant, it's fresh, it's a happy song, and it's called Always Cheerful.
My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. Finally, my brethren, rejoice in the Lord.
Let our hearts be always cheerful. Why should murmuring enter there, when our kind and loving Father makes us children of His care? Always cheerful, sunshine all around we see, full of beauty is the path of duty, cheerful we may always be. With His gentle hand to lead us, should the powers of sin assail, He has promised grace to help us, never can His promise fail. Always cheerful, sunshine all around we see, full of beauty is the path of duty, cheerful we may always be. When we turn aside from duty, comes the pain of doing wrong, and the shadow creeping o'er us checks the rapture of our song. Always cheerful, sunshine all around we see, full of beauty is the path of duty, cheerful we may always be. All the good are always happy, and their path is ever bright. Let us heed the blessed counsel, shun the wrong and love the right. Always cheerful, sunshine all around we see, full of beauty is the path of duty, cheerful we may always be. Cheerful we may always, cheerful we may always, cheerful we may always be.
Now, wasn't that enjoyable? Doesn't it make you feel like being always cheerful? It does to me. It really lifts my spirits listening to that and watching that. It's just beautiful. And you will have seen a young lady early on in that who was doing a solo. She is right here in the studio. It's Nadya Slack, and it's good to see you.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Thank you for being here with us today. Where have you come from?
I've come from New Zealand.
She's come from New Zealand just to be here with us, and that is absolutely wonderful. Thank you to your mum and dad.
Yes.
We appreciate that. Now, how many camps have you been to?
This has been my second camp that I've been to this year.
So it's the same as Sean?
Yeah.
Okay, and what impresses you most of camp?
I think, I love the whole camp, but I think one of the things that impresses me the most is the fact that you're in an environment that's so spiritually uplifting, and you're getting to produce music that's going to be a blessing to others and be able to witness to others. It's pretty amazing.
And it's good you're learning, aren't you, all the time?
Yeah,
learning,
yeah, definitely.
Singing, and you're learning a lot of things you learn there, so that's really encouraging. And you also learn Bible text, and you've chosen the verse that I'd like to read. It's 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 12. It says, "Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers, in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity." Now that is commendable characteristics. And why did you choose that?
Well, I think I chose that one because often as young people it's very easy to think that, you need to leave everything up to like the older, more experienced people, you just have to wait till you get older. But from that verse I get that, God actually wants us to be an example in faith and in purity and in love, and those are all things that, the world today that we live in, it's not easy to be a pure young person, and just to be able to have this, I guess, commission almost to go and be that example to all the other believers, I think it's just been really important and inspiring.
And you meet with other people the same age that we may not get to meet.
Yeah, yeah.
So, God uses everyone from a child right through to be an example to others. And I think that's extremely commendable. And I just say you're doing a great job.
I think one of the beautiful things is, as I read in that testimony before, from the 14-year-old, the opportunity to get together with such beautiful young people, and that's what you see, not just in the music clip, but even here today. Beautiful young people who love God and who are just, God can use you as examples.
Amen.
To other people that there is goodness in this world.
I want to know.
There are people who love God. There are people who have that purity that your verse was talking about, and people who can help other young people. Other young people can look up to, but not only that, the older people can feel, wow, we have some wonderful youth coming on, and it makes people feel good.
So Nadya, it's the second time you've been to the camp?
Yep.
Where did you hear about it? How did you first learn of it?
Well, it was actually quite a bit of a miracle in a way, I guess. Earlier in 2016, I had, because I do correspondence, which is in New Zealand, it's like you do school, but your teachers send you to school so you can do it at home because I live too far away from a school. And the correspondence school once a year does a music production, a music video production, in which they choose one or two students to lead out in a collaborative project with all the other students. And they asked me if I would be the student that would come lead out in the production. And because I was only my second year of high school, and normally it's a senior that does it, I was pretty happy about that. So I said, yeah, I'll do that. And it started off really nice, and then I guess because the correspondence school is a secular school, I guess as you could expect, the music started to change a little bit. And I knew in my heart that this wasn't going to be something that glorified God if I kept on doing it, but I felt really bad because, I had agreed to be a part of this, and they had changed the recording venue for me twice, and they were paying for my airfare so that I could record in it. And so, my mum said to me, "Nadya, you've agreed to do it, and you're already 3/4 of the way through the production. I'm not going to force you to not do it, but remember that if you honour God, God's going to honour you." So in the end, I pulled out of the music production, which was a little bit disappointing for me at first. But that next Sabbath, I was at church, and this lady at church came up to me and showed me this advertisement in the record and said, "Oh, Nadia, have you seen this advertisement for a music camp? It looks like something you might like to go to. And I said, oh yeah, I'd love to go to that. I'll show my parents. And I showed them, and I was thinking, they're not going to let me go. It's in Australia. You know, it costs money to come to Australia. And Mum and Dad looked at it and they said, yeah, I reckon you should go to that. Yeah, you can come. So I was able to come to music camp last year and this year, and you know, instead of one music video, we've been able to produce 10. So it's been a pretty amazing experience.
Yeah.
God blessed.
So, I mean, it is really good. Now, I know there will be viewers out there saying, well, we may be wanting to send our children, or someone out there said, I'd like to go. And we're going to put up an address roll for the music camp. And if you want to, you can contact them and make an appointment. Next year, you're going to run another one. Is that right, Henry?
That's right, yes.
Okay.
Middle of next year in the July holidays.
Okay, keep that in your calendar, and here's the address.
If you're aged between 12 and 30 and are interested in participating in one of Eastwood Mission's music camps, you can find out more information through the following methods. Visit the music camp website at www.muse.camp. That's www.mus.camp. Or you can email them on pr@muse.camp. Again, that is pr@mus.camp. Or you can call them in Australia on 0468 321 559. That's 0468 321 559. Find out more today.
I hope you got those details. You can actually go there right now.
To the website.
And it's Emmanuel, not Henry.
Go to the website.
Go to the website, and you can register now and be a part of this music camp. I want to go back to this lady here. You've really stimulated my thinking, and we've only got a short moment, and then I want to close with a comment from Henry and Liesl.
Emmanuel and Liesl.
Emmanuel and Liesl. I'll get it right. What is your comments? What would you say to someone who's looking at doing something like this?
Well, I would say that, you know, if you're wanting something, you know, if you love music, this is the ultimate experience. You know, it's just amazing. But if you're searching for something more, something that's going to draw you closer to God spiritually, I'd really recommend this. You know, it's just an amazing camp to be able to draw close to God spiritually, and then be able to share music to be a blessing to others.
So do you have one highlight, one experience that you would share? Is there something that, you know, the food, for example, or
the food's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
In the testimonies, the food is always said to be very good.
Yeah.
There's something I want to ask you too. You're planning more, but what is your ultimate dream, just in the time that we have left?
Yeah, that's ultimate dream. Well, God knows the future, and it's hard to. One thing I've learned is it's hard to make long-term plans, because God knows what's best, and sometimes those change. But we've seen a really good thing happen at music camp. Young people are inspired, and the faith of young people is strengthened. And we want to see that continue and that grow. So I want to see more music camps happen, perhaps music camp going to New Zealand. So if anyone in New Zealand that's interested in seeing music camp happen in New Zealand, then let us know. We've already got some friends that are looking at the options and talking to us about that. But also, we see the limitations of youth camps. I mean, youth camps are fantastic. They're necessary to encourage, but there's limitations. So if God opens opportunity one day, we would like to see a longer experience available for young people, not just a 2-week camp. And exactly what that's going to look like, I'm not sure.
God knows.
Some sort of a school or mission experience, or some longer term programs. But at the moment, until Providence sort of shows us that opportunity, focusing on the camps is what we're keep improving and doing better and better each year.
And what would you like to say as a final thing, Liesl? Have you an opportunity?
Well, it's certainly been a real blessing to me, and seeing the excitement of the young people as they do music and use it for God's glory, and as they go out in the community and help them, you know, doing backyard work and canvassing, just seeing their excitement when they come back and seeing the decisions is just one of the most amazing things I've seen. And certainly something that's been a blessing to me personally, and I would encourage it to anyone else who loves music and has always wanted to use it for God. It's an opportunity that...
Thank you, Liesl. Emmanuel, Liesl, Nadia, thank you.
And Sean.
And Sean, who was on earlier. We want to thank you for being on the... We want to have you back because you also are involved in another camp that other people may be interested. So, folk, until we meet again next time, we encourage you to read your Bible, learn of Jesus, may he be part of your life. Until we meet again, God bless.